So yesterday was Memorial Day here in the United States. Donald Trump was at a wreath laying ceremony, and I got a ton of emails and a bunch of articles I read arguing that Donald Trump was visibly struggling to stand at a Memorial Day event, and that there is this sort of weird way in which Trump seems to be off balance and regularly recalibrating his balance. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. If you know my show, you know we've covered Trump's strange behavior, whose sources we've never yet determined, we've not yet determined. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Let's first look at the videos, and then I'll tell you what I think. Here's one video during a rendition yesterday of the national anthem. And Donald Trump does seem unable to just stand up straight. His whole upper torso is sort of rocking forward and back as he's in a salute position. And it wasn't a windy day. Reports are that wind was only 4 miles per hour. No one else is swaying in that way. And that was the source of some of the concern. Here's another video from yesterday in which Donald Trump walks up to a wreath and is staring at it. And again, he's kind of swaying in the wind, sort of swaying back and forth. And he does at moments seem like he's going in the direction of falling over, but his balance system realizes it and compensates by pulling him back. So I want to be like 110% crystal clear. This could be something or it could be nothing. And we've seen this type of stuff since day one with Trump. These inner ear balance type issues can be related to all sorts of different things. In earlier stages, sometimes even before other dementia symptoms develop, starting to have issues balancing when standing or walking can suggest an increased potential to develop Alzheimer's or other types of dementia. Balance issues can be related to medication side effects. People speculate that Trump takes stimulants. Stimulants can certainly affect your balance, but they can also simply affect your ability to sit still because you're energized in this way that uppers, stimulants, and amphetamines can do. This could also be Trump's weird stance. I know some of you are aware that Trump stands in a very weird way, kind of hinged forward at the hips. That might make it difficult to stand still. There's speculation that Trump stands that way because he wears lifts in his shoes, which sort of lean him forward. What we know is this is not new. What we know is it wasn't windy yesterday. Trump wasn't getting blown around by wind. So if you say to me, do I think something is up here? Big picture, you all know I think something's up, and I don't know if the video from yesterday is part of it or if it's something new or if it's nothing. If you say, do I really care? Well, I care if it's something that's impacting Trump's cognition because he's the president of the United States. Whether or not something like this explains Trump's behaviors and actions, Trump has failed either way, right? Like the coronavirus response has been a failed response, whether or Trump has dementia, an inner ear issue, is abusing drugs, or whatever the case may be. It could be ADHD, right? I mean, maybe Trump can stand still, but does a good job because he has ADHD and it's hard for him to stand still. Who cares, right? The point is he's not doing a good job and he can't stand still and looks unstable and looks confused and got off of Air Force One and didn't recognize his own limo in front of him and wandered off until a Secret Service agent brought him back holding him. Is that why he's a bad president? No. He'd be a terrible president no matter what the explanation is. Does it aggravate the lethality of this presidency? Yeah, it probably does. Will we ever know what's really going on here? I don't know. Inside the Reagan White House, they knew while he was president that he was starting to show signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's. It was learned sort of officially, publicly later. Only in retrospect did people start figuring out that it was not something that happened only after he was out of office. He was experiencing symptoms while he was in office. My instinct is we probably would not get anything definitive about Trump while he is in office. It is yet another reason to get him out in November, meaning he would leave in January, rather than giving him another 4 years. Hopefully someday we do know exactly what it is that is going on. Check this out. The first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a premium membership to Skillshare for 2 months completely free. Skillshare is the online learning community with thousands of classes on almost anything you can imagine, always taught by experts. They have classes on drawing, painting, photography, video editing, web design, running a small business, and much more. I recently took a very interesting class called Simple Productivity, How to Accomplish More with Less, and got a bunch of great personal productivity tips out of it. We should allow ourselves a little time every week to either get creative, keep your brain sharp, learn something new. It's great for mental health, and almost all the classes are under an hour, so it's very easy for someone who's busy to take advantage of it. With Skillshare, you can discover a new passion, explore something you didn't know you would enjoy, but there's also plenty of classes for people with experience, so you can just get better at something you're already good at. And again, the first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a completely free premium membership for 2 whole months, giving you access to every class Skillshare offers. Check it out. I put the link right underneath this video.